Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This video is of course for everybody, but especially for the world leaders and everybody who is going to visit the COP27 in Egypt. Today I send out emails to many nature organizations, news channels, and also some world leaders concerning the climate change and climate crisis that we have. For some it might sound stupid. The solution, there's only one solution in my eyes. And that solution is, I told before in one of my previous videos, I guess 1 month ago, that the floods and this and that will destroy the world. And they will. We humans, we cannot fight nature. Nature will always win from us. So we just have to collaborate with nature. And the issue is that it's not only heavy rainfalls, but also the ice is melting. So the water will come from two sides. So what this world needs to do, this world leaders in every country, is to catch the water, the rainfall, catch the rainfall. But not only that, also drain water from high rivers that are high, and oceans and the sea. Of course it needs all to be filtered, this and that, but those are other processes that come with this big process. What they need to do is a bit the same as with the gas. They make big pipelines. In many places in the world they have to make big silos to store the water, all connected with the pipelines, all with each other. They have to filter this and that. Of course it will create many jobs too. But at this moment that seems the only thing that we can do, because even if all these climate activists, this and that, this climate top will reach the 1.5 degree that they want, everything, still the water is melting and still the heavy rainfalls are coming. We cannot stop that. Not in a good way and not in a bad way. Even if it's in a bad way, you're gonna fight nature, nature will fight back. So, humanity just have to do this. They just have to make big silos, catch the water, drain the water, make big pipes. Where there are places where there's too much drought, they bring the water. When there is too much water, they take the water. Things like that. And I know that humanity can do that, because if they can bring gas around from the UAE to America or to Europe, or from Russia to there and there, they can also do that with the water. I don't know why these governments and these so-called specialists don't see that themselves. All they're focusing on is climate activists doing crazy things, they get arrested, but they don't look at the real issue. Me, I've seen heavy rainfalls, I've been to the Carribean, I've been to Africa, I've been to the Middle East. I've seen heavy rainfalls and what they can do. I have also seen how much water every time get lost with these big rainfalls. Even like yesterday, I was outside here in Wakiso, Uganda. I was outside and suddenly it started to rain really hard, so I had to take shelter under a small roof. I had to take shelter 1.5 hours. All the water that I have seen floating away. I'm like, wow, they just have to catch this, because all this water can be used in places where they need it, where big fires are there, where people have no water, they cannot farm, things like that. All of that can be used. And this is really the only solution. Then of course when I saw it yesterday, I see also a lot of these local people here in Uganda, I see them putting their trash inside. But even the trash can be separated from the water and also be stored in other places. They just burn it, and instead of directly exhaust pipe up, they also have to put it in long pipes with many filters, blah blah blah, so that eventually when the smoke comes into the sky, in the air, it's not harmful again. even that can be done too. Because now you see many places they burn it or they dig it under the ground, but even that is not good for nature. So there are solutions, but it's like these governments don't want because they're more busy with unuseful wars and things like that. When I was in West Africa 2013, 2014, I already saw heavy rains. I was already like, why don't people catch all this water and keep it for when they need it? And then some years ago when I was in Europe and I left Europe, I told the people I don't want to be in Europe again because within 5-6 years everything in Europe will be flooded. And people were laughing. But last year, a little bit more than a year ago, you could see some parts of Europe, it was already flooded hard. So what happens? A lot of damage, people die, people get wounded, big insurance claims, blah blah blah. All of that can be prevented. All of that can be prevented. Yes, I'm sorry, there was a fault with recording the video, so I have to do one part again. All of that can be prevented. So we have to collaborate with nature, not fight it, and preventing it is too late. The damage is already done. Even this rich people like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, they can all help with this. Rich governments, anyone, any government, world leader, nature organization, rich person that cares about the world should do this. Help with this, collaborate with this, because it's our only salvation. There are too many places where big areas burn down because it's too hot, too dry. Places in the world where people cannot farm food because there's too much dryness, too much heat. You know, these big rains, I've seen them in many places in the world. The water needs to be catched and drained from the oceans and rivers because this ice is melting and will keep melting. Yes, so that's why I make this video now. Send all these emails out also with the link of the video. In the description of my video I'll also put the email that I send it out to all these places, with the hope that it will reach somewhere and finally something will be done with it. Because yeah, the water will kill us all. The floods are coming. And I put in some other videos in the past when I was in Jamaica, when I was in UAE, even now in Africa. Every time this rain, I video it and I show it like this will destroy Europe, and it will. And not only Europe, all parts of the world. So let's just pray to Allah that people and governments will do this solution on time so that we can be saved. Because if you have Elon Musk, for example, he wants to colonize Mars, but running to another planet is not a solution. All these climate activists, that what they are doing is also not a solution. It's like governments and the experts don't see what is really happening because they are too much busy with wars and things like that. Unnecessary things and unuseful things. Yes, at this moment, I guess I said most things I have to say. So I wish everybody a good night and be safe.